Hi guys, it's Alice, and today I thought I would take you along on a little book purge of my shelves. This is just gonna be like a super casual video, which I hope is okay with you guys. Now, in the past few years, I feel like I've been like semi-okay with getting rid of books that I don't want anymore. But this year it's gotten a little bit out of hand. I have run out of bookshelf space and I have got this situation going on, which is not that great. My goal is to get rid of enough books so that I can fit these ones in. And I also don't like this. I think this is really annoying. So I want to get rid of enough books so that I can just fit everything in. If you're wondering what I'm gonna do with these, by the way, there is a local school around here that's having like a really big flea market in a few weeks to raise money for their music program, I think. And they wanted donations, so I'm going to give these to them. So I've got this box that I want to fill, and as you can see, it's already half full. And these are books that I've pulled off my shelves in the last few months, and I just never got around to getting them out of my apartment, so I put them in here. I've also got this extra box here in case this first one gets too heavy or I just can't fit them all in here. I think I'm just gonna start with this shelf, and I think we're just gonna start at the top. I think that I can probably get rid of this one because I have read it and I did really like it, but I don't think I'm ever gonna read it again. Now this one, I have kind of controversial opinions about this, I feel, because I did not love this as much as everyone else. I enjoyed it, but I don't think that I'm going to read it again. But I'm a huge fan of Michelle Obama's, so I don't know if I should keep this or not. I feel like I should probably donate it because it's such a new book, and I'm sure that someone will be really happy that they found this at this flea market. So I'm not gonna get rid of any of my Game of Thrones books, obviously. Now here, oh yeah, I am definitely going to get rid of this because I did not really like this. The rest I think I'm all gonna keep. Now over here, I can probably get rid of this one. I read this several years ago and I really liked it, but I don't think I'm ever gonna read it again. I love this cover though. I think this edition is so cool, but yeah, I'm gonna donate it. I also think that maybe I should get rid of this one. I haven't actually read this and I bought it years ago when it was like a huge deal on BookTube, but I don't think I want to read it anymore, so I think I'm just gonna give it away. This cover though is so funny and it has like glitter in it, which is really nice, but I can't keep books just because they're pretty, so in you go. Then we've got the shelf over here, and I think I want to keep all of these. And then down here, I think that I can get rid of this. I have read this, and I don't think I loved it that much. I can't remember, but I have read it, and I don't think I'm gonna read it again. So, in you go. And then here, I think that maybe I can get rid of this one. I read this at the very beginning of when I made my blog, and I remember that I loved it, but it's years ago, and I think that I wouldn't love it now, and I don't think I'm gonna read it again, so off you go. I also see that I've got like a book tucked behind here, which is this one. I don't know if I want to read this. I feel like that's a maybe. So I think I'm gonna put this here, which means that I haven't done any work on this shelf. I think I wanna keep the rest of the books here. So I guess we're gonna move on to the big shelf. So my shelves here might look relatively neat, but there's a reason that I have doors on these, and it's because I keep all of my mess down here. So I think we're just gonna start down here. Now, I see a book here that I think I can get rid of because I have tried reading this 3 times and I just could never get into it, so I don't think I'm gonna try again. I also think that I can probably get rid of this one, which I think I've read. I don't know. Yeah, I have read this and I'm not gonna read it again, so off you go. I think that I can probably donate this one. I love this book. I thought it was so good, but I don't think I need to keep it. I think I can probably get rid of this one. I've kept this because I remember reading this when I was on holiday in Italy with my best friend, so it like has really good memories to it. But I actually think that I might take this as well as these books and give it to that friend that I went there with because I think she will like these. I want to keep my Patrick Ness books, and then over here we have my Name of the Wind books, which honestly, when is the third book gonna come out? I'm so impatient. And then we've got this. This is where this is. I really need to read this. Everyone tells me I need to get to that one. We're gonna put that here. Then over here, I want to keep this because I haven't read it. This one is one of my favorite books that no one reads, but everyone should read. So I'm gonna keep this one. Then here, I don't know about this. I think I can get rid of this one because I've read it, not gonna read it again. It was really good though, and I really want to read more of this author's work, so I should probably look into that. Then we've got these ones. I don't remember where I got this even, but ooh, I should probably read this. So I'm gonna keep this one. Then I've got this bottom shelf, which is a true mess, and on the top here I've got 2 books I were sent by the publishers, and I really need to read these. Then I've got like some Agatha Christie, like graphic novels. I've got some coloring books I probably want to keep. I've got like this. Ooh, this I should definitely read. I didn't even know I had that. Then I have a book about makeup, which I used for a project at school, and I want to keep. Then I've got fairy tales, Norwegian ones. I probably want to keep those. Hunger Games. I think I want to reread this at some point because I remember loving them, but I wonder how I would feel about them now. Then we've got The Diviners, which I love. Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which I really love and I want to reread. Then we've got this one, which I want to keep because it's amazing. Then we've got like a bunch of this stuff. I actually think I want to keep all of these. Actually, you know, maybe I should get rid of this one. Oh, it's so beautiful though. I love this book. I think it's so pretty, but maybe I should give this to my nephew actually, because in a few years, he's gonna love this. Then we're moving on to this shelf, and I'm not gonna really go through a lot of these because I think I want to keep them all. But I think maybe I have some nonfiction books here that I'm not interested in reading or I have read and I didn't really think were that great. This one, I actually did really like, but I'm never gonna read it again, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. And then I've also read this one, and it was okay, but I didn't really like it, so I'm gonna get rid of this one. The rest I think I'm gonna keep, and now I'm like, ooh, I can buy more of these editions because I suddenly have a little bit of room, which is a very dangerous thought. These ones, my Penguin English Library books, I think I'm all gonna keep. Except, you know what? I think maybe if I have the Scarlet Letter, I can get rid of it because I freaking hated that book. I think it's this one. Yeah, I can't get rid of this one because I thought this was trash. Now down here, at the top here, we've got this one. I got this in like a subscription box, I think, and I was really excited about it when I got it, but I've tried reading a little bit in it and it's not really for me, I think, so I think this has got to go. Oh god, this is so difficult to get rid of enough books to fit all of my stuff in. I think these ones I want to keep. This one I think I'm gonna get rid of. I haven't read it, but a lot of people that I like have read it and they didn't like it, so I don't think I'm actually gonna like it. It's a little bit too YA for me, I feel. So off you go. Then we can fit this book here. I feel like I'm only getting rid of enough books to like fit the ones I've got laying on top here, which is not the goal, but there you go. This one, I don't think I'm ever gonna read. I've had this for like 6 years or something, and it's still here unread. So maybe it will give joy to someone else. Then we've got this one, which I don't remember anything about this. Maybe it was sent to me or something. But I've had it for a couple of years. Don't think I'm gonna read it. Then we've got these ones. I think I want to keep this one. Oh, I really need to read this one. A subscriber sent this to me and it's so gorgeous. Gotta read that. These ones, I think I'm all gonna keep. Then down here, this one I definitely want to keep. This one I need to read. Maybe I'm not gonna read this one. I've had this for years. I've had this for a really long time, and I got it because it was on some sort of prize list, and I think I kind of got it just because it was on that list, but I didn't actually want to read it, and I still haven't read it, so goodbye. These ones, this one I really want to keep. I love this cover. But this one, I read this book like 6 or 7 years ago, and I loved it, but I don't think that I want to read this again. I don't think I would love it as much now because I like kind of different books now, so I'm gonna give it away. Then we have got this book, which I think was so interesting. It's one of the first nonfiction books that I ever read, and I really liked it, and I love this project. But I feel like it's not the kind of book you really need to reread, so I think I'm gonna give it away. Then we've got Homegoing, which I think I want to keep because maybe I want to reread it. But this one, I'm never going to reread. I like this. I didn't think it was that great, so off you go. Up here, we've got Stay With Me by Ayobami Adebayo, which I'm going to keep. This one I've had for such a long time, and I really need to read it. I think I want to read it, so I'm going to keep it. This one, I think, you know, if I'm this undecisive, I think I can just give it away. I loved this book. I thought it was so good, but I don't know if I want to read it again. Maybe. I think I'm going to keep it for now. But this one, I don't need to keep because I've had it for years and I'm never going to read it. Then we've got a Patrick Ness book that I really need to read, although no one seems to really like this. I just like other books by Patrick Ness, so I feel like I need to read it. Then we've got a bunch of books by Marina Fiorato in Norwegian, which I've all read and I all love. Up here, we've got Secrets We Kept, which is another book that I really liked, but probably not going to read it again, so gonna get rid of it. Then we've got this book. I think it's a short story collection that I really need to read. And we've got this. I think I'm going to keep that. This one, though, is another book that I really, really enjoyed. But I'm probably never going to read it again, and I think that it will bring joy to someone else. So, off you go. These two books, I think I'm going to keep. And then down here, we have got my Harry Potter books, which I'm obviously going to keep. But we've got this, which I really like, but I can probably give to someone else. I'm not going to read this again. And I have a lot of these types of books, and I don't need to keep them all. Then we've got The Secret Garden and another book. Memoirs of a Geisha I want to keep. This I really need to read. This I need to read. And these ones are like fairy tale ones, and I think I want to keep all of those. Then we've got more of these like illustrated ones. This, I think I want to keep. This, I definitely want to keep. I like this one. I also really like this one. You know, maybe I can get rid of this one. I really like this book, and I think that the artwork is great, but the other books that I have here all have kind of the same women in them, so I think I can get rid of this one. These ones I want to keep. This one I want to keep. Do I want to keep this, actually? This is like an illustrated guide to New York, and it's really pretty. Like, the artwork is insane. But if I was gonna go to New York, this is probably not the guide that I would use, because it's like fashion and you know, no bookstores. So although it's a really beautiful book, I can probably give this to someone else. Then we've got this one, which is Coralie Bickford Smith again. I think I want to keep that one. Then we've got another one of these women ones. This one is really good, so I'm going to keep this one. Goodnight Stories for Rebel Girls is excellent, so I definitely want to keep that. Then we've got my Harry Potter books, which I obviously want to keep. I can't wait for this like next illustrated book to come out. I hope it comes out this year because The Goblet of Fire is my favorite. I feel like we did some good work on this one. I got rid of quite a lot. Now the real challenge is this shelf. This is where I feel like I keep everything. Like, oh my god, it's such a mess. I think we're just gonna start at the top here. Jesus Christ. So we've got The New Jim Crow. I love this book. I think it's really, really good, but I don't think I'm gonna read it again. But if you want a book on prisons in America, this is a really good one. Then we've got The Maker of Swans, which I'm gonna keep. I haven't read any of these, so I'm gonna keep those. This one I like to lend out to people, so I'm just gonna keep it. This one, I think I'm gonna keep. Need to read this. This one though, this won, I think, the Man Booker Prize, and I have tried reading this like 3 times and I can't get into it. I love this cover though. I think this edition is so cool, but I don't think I'm ever gonna read it, so I think we're gonna get rid of it. Then we've got Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People, about race. I think I can get rid of this one as well. I'm sure someone else will find this really educational, because I did. Then we've got Vinegar Girl. I think I'm gonna keep this because I might want to reread it. Then we've got The Impossible Fairy Tale. I think I've read this, and I don't think I loved it. I'm gonna see if I read this or not, and if I've read it, I'm gonna get rid of it. This one, oh, I love this cover. I think this edition is so cool, but I have the same book here, so I can probably get rid of this one because this edition matches my other one, so off you go with this. This book I read and I'm keeping because I'm planning on making a video with that, which I've been planning for like 3 years, but I'm gonna keep it anyway. Need to read this. This I want to keep. This is a beautiful, beautiful book, and I'm definitely going to keep. This, I read this year. Do I need to keep this? Am I gonna read it again? Probably not. But I read it this year, and I really liked it. But it's not gonna make like my best books of the year, I don't think. So someone else can get that. This I should read. This I should read. This I need to read. This book I love. This book I have tried reading like 3 times. It's a short story collection. And everyone says it's really good, but I don't know. I think I like my short story collections to be shorter. So I actually think I'm gonna get rid of this one. Then we've got this, which is one of my favorite books. It's one of my first nonfiction books that I ever read. I love this book, although no one else seems to read this, but it's so good. Then we've got How to Breathe Underwater, which is another short story collection. Probably not gonna read this again, so gonna get rid of it, even though it's really good. Then we've got a book on blood diamonds, which I've read. Really enjoyed. It's the book that the movie is based on, which is one of my favorite movies. So this was very educational, but probably not going to read it again. Then we have Room, which I need to read. Long Way Gone, need to read. Dancing with Monsters, I also need to read. But this one, I took this beast with me on vacation, and I tried starting it, and I could not for the life of me get into it. This is another one of those books that I bought because it was on some sort of prize list thing, and because I've started it so many times and I didn't really get into it, I think that I'm never gonna read it. So off you go. Then all of these fell down. This I want to keep, this I want to keep. This is, oh my god, such a beautiful book. And I think I'm gonna keep it just for the cover. I've read this and I thought it was pretty good, but not amazing. Maybe it will disappear in my next book purge, but this time around, Your Beautiful Face is gonna stay. Then we've got, oh my god, this, which is amazing. Everyone should read this. And then this one, which I'm also gonna keep, I think. On to the next shelf, we have got these three, which I want to read. Then all of the Phryne Fisher books, which I want to keep. This one I want to read. All of these I want to read. Want to read. Want to read. I think I want to... Do I want to keep this one? Oh my god. Yeah, I think I want to keep that one. Shia LaGuardia I want to keep. These I want to keep. We're not doing so great on this shelf because I want to keep everything. You know, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one. I really enjoyed this book. I think it's a really interesting story, but I didn't love it, so I don't feel like I need to keep a copy. And I think if I'm ever gonna reread it, I'm going to listen to it on audio. Then we've got these books. I read this quite recently and I really enjoyed it, but I don't think I'm ever gonna read it again, so I think I'm gonna get rid of it. This book I really love. These books I need to read. These ones I want to keep. Want to keep. Do I need to keep this one? I think I have 2 editions of this one. But the problem with this is that I like this cover, but the other book I have is signed by the author and she wrote like a really nice message. So maybe I should keep the other one. I think it's down there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give this one away because I have 2 of them. On the next shelf, we have Banana Yoshimoto, which I want to keep. We have the Nakano Thrift Shop, which is the other edition of the one I got rid of earlier. Still need to read I Am Malala. Want to keep this one. This one, I love this book. This is my favorite book. The Wonders I want to keep. Homo Days I want to keep. This I want to keep. Oh my god, I want to keep all of these. Probably don't need to keep this one though. I really like this book, but I'm never gonna read it again, I don't think. So, you can probably get rid of it. I would highly recommend it though if you want to read A History of Ancient Rome. This is really good. This one I want to keep. This one I should probably try to read because it's so short. I want to keep that. This one. These ones. Oy. This one's really good, so I want to keep that. What is this? I feel like I can probably get rid of this because I don't know what this is. And I can't remember anything about it. And I don't think I've read it, but I probably don't want to if I don't remember what it's about. Then we've got this I want to keep. This I should probably try to read. This I want to keep. This edition is beautiful. And then Eleanor Oliphant is amazing, so I want to keep that. Then over here we have all of my Agatha Christie books, which I want to keep. These I need to read, and I want to keep them, but I want to move them because they don't belong here. Then I've got Jen Campbell's book. Want to keep that. Oh, this one though, this is such a struggle because this edition is amazing. It's one of my favorite covers ever. But I didn't like this book, so there's no reason for me to keep it really, but it's so shiny and beautiful. But I'm gonna get rid of it because I don't have enough space for my other books, so off you go. Then we've got the Title Zone, these ones, which I keep mentioning in like TBRs and I need to read. This one I want to keep. Oh, this one I've wanted to read for so long. And I remember I tracked down this edition. It was like impossible to find, but then I found it in a bookstore in Texas and I almost lost my mind. So I need to read that one. I've read this one. Have I read this one? I think so. I don't know if I want to keep going with that series, so I think it's gonna stay. This one I love. This one I want to keep. This has an amazing cover. So good. Then on this next shelf, we've got graphic novels and poetry, and then this other nonsense that I couldn't fit anywhere else. This one I've read, and I love this concept, and I love the cover, and I like this author, but I didn't actually really like the book, so it was fine. I didn't dislike it. It was just fine, and I'm probably not going to read it again, so off we go. Then we've got like graphic novels. Now, I used to read loads of graphic novels, but then I just stopped doing it, and I don't know if I want to keep going with them. I think that especially like the Saga series, which is this one, I'm not going to keep going with this, I don't think. I think it's too slow for me, so I think we can get rid of all of those, actually. We've got Paper Girls, which I want to keep. I haven't read. The Beauty, I want to keep. Oh my god. I don't even know what this is. Oh my god, this one I don't need to keep because I really didn't like it. Then we've got... what's this? Oh yeah, I want to keep that one. I want to keep that one. Heart in a Box. Probably don't need to keep. The Explorer series I can keep. Amulet I love. Mouse is probably my favorite graphic novel ever. Oh, it's so annoying that these books are like... oh, come on, man. This one is probably my favorite graphic novel, so I want to keep that. These ones are like little pamphlet things that I think I want to keep. I think... oh my god. I have too many books, is what I think. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Moving on, we've got this, which I need to read. This, never gonna read. Had it for ages. This one, I think that I've read and didn't really enjoy, so we can get rid of that. This one, we can get rid of. These ones, we can also get rid of. This, ugh. This is the most annoying thing ever. This one I didn't like, so can get rid of that. This one is a really cute book. It was sent to me by the publisher, and it's like a silent picture book, so it's all just artwork. But I don't think I'm gonna read it again. I didn't really love it, so we can get rid of that one. I've got a book snuck in the back here, which I'm gonna try to figure out what it is. This is Poisoned Apples, and if I've hidden it behind there, probably don't need it. Then we have Ren Poesi, which I want to keep. We have Ren Poesi 2, which I want to keep. Another Norwegian poetry book. Want to keep that. On the top here, we've got this one, which I just read, and I want to keep going with the series, so I want to keep this book. We've got Grief is a Thing with Feathers, which I had mixed feelings about, but I think I want to keep it because I think it might be better the second time around. We've got Ruby Chorus books, which I obviously want to keep. This one is the most underrated poetry collection ever. It's so good, and I love it. This one is also really good, underrated. This one is also really good. Another amazing one. These ones, I just love these covers. I think they're so pretty, but I don't really like the style of these, so I don't really know why I keep them. I don't like the poetry style, so I think we can get rid of them. Sappho is an amazing collection. This I didn't actually really like, so I think we can get rid of that. This I want to keep. Haven't read that one. Haven't read this one. Oh my god. Carol and Duffy I want to keep. This on the top here I want to keep because it's a really good book. Then we've got this, which I don't think I've read, so I'm going to keep it. Classic haiku. More haiku. These ones though, I read these a good while ago when I was a lot younger, and I think that these are better for like a younger audience, so I think I've probably grown out of these ones. Got Autumn Journal. Oh, this is a beautiful book. I'm gonna keep that. Got this one, which I need to read. Sonnets by William Shakespeare. E. Cummings. This, I think I'm gonna keep. Gonna keep that. This one. This one. This one is really good. This one I haven't read. I think I can probably get rid of this one because I didn't like it that much. This one I want to keep. Oh, this cover is amazing. I really need to read this book. This, I think I can get rid of because I don't think I'll read it again. I thought it was good, but not great. Pablo Neruda, we gotta keep. Electric Arches, I haven't read yet. This one is amazing. These ones I definitely want to keep because it's Shel Silverstein, and my cousin gave me these, which was really nice of her. And then this, I can probably get rid of this because I read it and it wasn't really for me. I should have probably stacked these up, but I feel like we did some good work here. Then we've got the last shelf. So we've got this one I want to keep Christmas Stories. This is the other edition of The Unseen World that I was talking about, and it has a message from the author because I helped her with like a crack the code thing that she was doing. This isn't going to make sense to any of you, but I'm going to keep this one. Can't get it back in, so I'm just going to put it up here. In the meanwhile, it can't fit up here, so God damn it. I'm just going to put this down here because I can't put it back. This I need to read. This is a Norwegian book I need to read. This I think I'm going to keep because I really like this author. Coraline is great. This, you know, I don't think I'm going to read this. We've got When I Hit You, which is an amazing book. You Should Have Left, which is amazing. This I need to read. Greek Mythology, Stowaway, Natural History of Dragons. You know, I think that I can get rid of this one. I tried reading it and I thought it was like a novel, but it's more a book of like quotes or something by this author, and I don't know if that's really that interesting to me. I love this cover though. I think it's such a cool edition. Midwinter Blood is a book I read ages ago and I really liked it, so I think I'm going to keep it. We've got Genghis Khan, which is cool. Jen Campbell's books. Sherlock Holmes book. Another Murakami. J.K. Rowling. Curious Guide to London. I think I'm going to keep all of those. These ones, I think I'm going to keep. They're going to get a better home because this one is really cool. Then we've got this, which I think I'm going to keep. But this, oh yeah, I really like this one as well, actually. So I'm going to keep all of those. This one is a YA book, and it was sent to me by the author, and it's like an arc. But I still haven't read his first book, so I think I'm just going to start with that one, and I'm just going to give this one away. And if I really like the first book, I'll buy another edition of these. Then we've got my history books, which I love. These books in particular, I absolutely love. But I've still yet to read these, so I really need to do that. So I think I might actually have a little bit of a problem, because I think I've pulled out so many books that I need more boxes. But I'm gonna go get another box, I guess, and then put all of these in. Okay guys, that was kind of everything I had for you today. I'm gonna go try and fit all of the books that I showed you earlier into my shelves where they belong. And I'm gonna go track down another box because I need one. I would love to know what you guys do with the books that you don't want to keep anymore, or what you do if you run out of bookshelf space. Do you store your books, or do you get rid of them, or what? And I will see you soon. Bye!